Today, you will learn how 17 hours can change the course of a war. Hello, Sunny, my love. Which of the generals is ready to crawl on the ground and risk his life to save one soldier? How the men of a warlike oligarch are changed their opinion of the first peaceful news channel in Ukraine. And what did the released nationalist tell us in his first interview? You know what they tell us on TV? That Russia is attacking? See for yourself who is the terrorist in the story and what people say about the Ukrainian government. The problem is that there is no desire on the government's part to free these people. They want to hear the president himself. They don't have the strength to keep taking the silence. By the president's administration, desperate mothers are ready to stay there for months as long as their sons are released. We will fight for each Ukrainian because we are a great nation, because we are one, we are united. 17 hours till freedom. Their children went to protect their homeland and did not come back. The mothers are spending months by the president's administration. They want to make the government negotiate and get their sons released. We are all from the 80th Brigade. All our sons have been imprisoned for months. Instead of answers, the mothers hear only birds singing. Everything started with them being sent to an anti-terrorist center, supposedly. When a camera appears, the protesting mothers queue up. Even though most TV channels don't report it, they still keep hope. We ask you to please talk about this, because the government does not pay attention to us. I've come here for the third time this month. 2 of my sons are imprisoned. We are holding an action of protest here indefinitely. Our dad, he was mobilized months ago, and then he was imprisoned. I'm looking for my son-in-law. I'm looking for Sergei Remenyuk. He has been imprisoned for 10 months in Lugansk. I'm looking for my son. He went missing in action on August 29th in Ilovaisk Cauldron. Please listen to the mothers who are looking for their children, who send them to protect our country. Differently from most protesters, this woman is lucky. At least she knows her son is alive. He has been wounded, but saved by the DPR medics. There's a video online where her son is being interviewed in a hospital. On April 3rd, I came here to see if I could kill people or not. Commander of the 3rd OM Battalion, he's a real good nationalist, he says. What is it to a mother that his commander considers him a good nationalist? She wants her son to come home, so she's been invited to a live conversation with Donetsk on air. Maybe something will get accomplished there. On Channel 17, we've had miracles happen before. When we had a live conversation with the brigade commander of the LPR, Mozgovoi, one of our journalists went to the LPR and he was allowed to take a POW. This is Vladimir. He has been captured by the Prизрак Brigade. He spent 97 days here, and he just received a document that shows that he is now a free man. The veterans of Afghanistan and people who participated in the anti-terrorist operation agreed to help release Nadezhda's son. They start negotiations right away. Yes, Artemchuk. Yeah, the situation is, he's wounded and his mother is really worried. So, he has no value. He's a private. And you have to pay for his medicine. He has no threat. He's wounded. So maybe we can resolve the situation somehow. Kamil himself is from Donetsk, even though his countrymen mostly consider him an enemy right now. He still has connections and friends there. Several days of negotiations end up with a live conversation between mothers of the soldiers. He went missing on March 20th by Yasinovataya. I still don't know where he is. He went missing on August 19th by Ilovaisk. For 2 months had no news of him whatsoever. Then we found out that he's imprisoned. He is currently in Kharkov. My son is also a citizen of Ukraine. He's been imprisoned for 11 months now. We got a phone call from the DPR and they told us that he's been POW there, that he's been wounded in the hip and that they patched him up. Their children are fighting on different sides, and even though they're talking about saving their children, they are reproaching each other still. Your children come here not to protect their homeland, they come here to kill us in our homes. Professional negotiator Vladimir Ruban stops the accusations, and he knows that people who are watching this can probably make or break prisoner exchange. Most people in Kiev would be displeased to hear you saying these things. Let's not discuss them, let's talk about saving your son. So how did you understand where your son is? My son, Artemchuk Vitaly, has been wounded. A shrapnel went less than an inch from his spine, but he has survived. Talking and quiet negotiation bring a result. 40 minutes later, the son of this woman has been delivered to the TV station in Donetsk, and what I've been told is that he will soon appear there. Oh yeah, there he is. Hello, my sonny, my love, my birdie. Vitaly's mother cannot contain her emotions. The guests in the studio can almost hear her heart beating. And this is the first time she sees her son in half a year. You've always been an athlete. What happened to you? Why did you have to suffer so much? For her, each minute live on air with her son is a treasure. They can't talk enough live on air. We don't know when they'll see each other next. The people here in DPR say that they are ready to exchange me, but that the Ukrainian side does not want to exchange. Why doesn't Ukrainian government want to exchange her son? Nadezhda has no idea. She begs the mothers in Donetsk to influence the government of DPR. Please, please, give me back my son, and I will pray for all your families. Ruben understands how to release a crippled volunteer. He freed almost 700 POWs by himself. Before the Minsk agreements, when the sides agreed to exchange everybody for everybody, but it's been months and there's no progress. With Ukrainian approach to this, if they keep exchanging a couple people a day, they'll probably keep doing this for 8 years or so. According to him, they will probably start releasing heroes from imprisonment and exchanging them closer to the elections to show that they are caring. Is PR more important to them than saving people? Are they sure these people will all survive up until the elections? Yes, the problem is that there's no desire to exchange these people and liberate them. If they had the desire, people would be liberated. We just heard from my colleague that Vitaly will be freed. While we're talking here, somebody made the decision. So, miracles happen. So they're telling me that Vitaly will be freed. Well, we're taking this responsibility. This is not official yet. I can't speak for the DPR government, but my source is telling me, the same source that enabled him to appear live on air also says that he will be released. Thank you, everybody. Love will prevail. It's almost midnight right now. It's been 2 hours since our live conversation on channel 17. We have confirmation that after the conversation, this mother will get her son back. So immediately, Vladimir Ruber said that we need to go right away to get this man from imprisonment. We can't really wait till tomorrow, so we're leaving today. We meet in the center of Kiev before going to the war zone. We all don camo. This is a unique situation. It's extremely rare for somebody to be freed just through a live TV conversation and to be able to tell somebody live that they will be released. Vladimir Rubin addresses his contacts in the government and warns them that they're going to rescue this man. We have informed through the proper channels that we are moving out. The radios and body armor are not the only things being packed. Even for a peaceful trip to a war zone, weapons are necessary. The details of this operation will be worked out while we're driving. Kamil makes a phone call to Donetsk. They confirm that the agreement stands The place of exchange has not been determined yet. They will tell when it goes. Kamil Valetov says, who, if not we, who would do it? The life of every man is precious. Alexei Tsipko says that all of us have mothers, and if we have a tiny chance to do something and get him back to his mother, all of us must do what we can. The last step to put on a symbol of the officer corps, POW exchange organization. It's recognized in the war zone and would enable them to move through checkpoints easier. The life of a man is at stake, so they drive as fast as they can. Our government is ready for anything, but not this war, and they're not ready to exchange prisoners or to negotiate with people holding them. Despite the late hour, we get a phone call from Dnipropetrovsk. An ambulance has been ready and it will be waiting at the Ukrainian checkpoint. The conscription has run its course, and we see what has happened over 6 waves of forced conscription. People don't want to go to war. People don't understand why they're going to war. They see that the army is not ready. They see people get imprisoned and they are not exchanged back. He has been working on releasing prisoners since the first days of the war. He exchanged whole groups of prisoners, but instead of him, Medvedchuk has been appointed as the main prisoner exchange representative. Well, we can see the results, so I don't think Medvedchuk is capable of organizing a mass exchange like was agreed upon in the Minsk Accords. I think he is stalling on purpose. Ahead of planned time, we enter the Donetsk district. Andrei Pavlovsky, the journalist, says that we are at the border of the Donetsk administrative area. We've been told to wait until the prisoner exchange location is determined. We use the opportunity to look at the work of a prisoner exchange representative. Currently, he's negotiating with the scouts. Without their clearance, it's extremely dangerous to move into the war zone. We're waiting on the green light, and we're figuring out if there will be shelling. Is there any sabotage groups fighting in the area? Any headhunters? So now we will gather all the latest information over the last 5 hours and from this area of the front line, and according to this information we will plan our operation. There's no time to be bored until the operation. Kamil's phone rings. The DPR representatives schedule a meeting in Yasenovate. Yesterday that was shelled really heavily. Andrei, are you holding Dzержinsk? So I see Konstantinovka is north of Dzержinsk. Okay, so then we go to Yasenovate. Okay. There are bridges there have been blown. We've done exchanges there, right? In that area. Now we've managed to get in contact with and get confirmation that this man will be brought out. We're just figuring out a safe route to get there. Safety measures are derailing the route. The tired man would have to go additional 100 miles through ruined roads. So since our meeting point has been rescheduled, we need to get around the area of active firefights, the airport, Avdiivka, and we will try to come in through the northern side. The armed Ukrainian armed forces checkpoints only detain the column for a few minutes. They have received a phone call from Kiev and tell us not to film their checkpoints. Avdiivka is being shelled, yeah, and Ясиновато is being shelled as well, for sure. So, Ясиновато checkpoint is the entrance to Donetsk, right? The scouts give us the safest routes and point out that at war nothing is completely safe. Maxim, what about the shelling today? As long as our side doesn't start shooting, then it's all good. Okay, our side will not be shooting, right? Recommended speed limit on this road is 100 miles an hour, so that snipers would not be able to zero in on the cars. Okay, here's the checkpoint. Okay, drive there. They should have been warned we're here. Ruins of a railroad bridge, the checkpoint before the front line. At the last point, the head of the group asks if anybody has problems with the DPR. Turns out Kamil and Lyosha are wanted on the other side of the front line. Okay. I thought on this and no. The leader makes a decision. Only one car goes further from here. So that's how you go to get prisoners around here. How are you feeling? Vladislav Bovtruk. Well, you know, doing okay. Well, this is last checkpoint. Of course, there's some posts in the forest, but nobody can guarantee anything. The operator joins the jeep with the group, and the rest pray for their safe return. Switch on the blinkers, the light bar, everything. Don't turn anywhere. Keep going straight onto Donetsk. And this is the last checkpoint. The military says that the road ahead has been mined. Do you know how to get around the anti-tank mines? How many pounds have they been set to? 500, right? Okay. No, a couple tons. Okay. Oh, yeah, we know how to get around it, just driving between them. Okay, go on the right side.
Теперь не то чтобы 200, хотя бы 20 км в час осилить.
Now the speed limit is 10 miles per hour. A crawling car is easy target for snipers now, especially since the passengers are walking by it. Okay, get out of the car. One mistake and the prisoner exchange will turn into a tragedy. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, no, get back in and drive.
Может, туда до конца едем, да, наверх? Наблюдал? Да, они куда-то туда влево ушли, да? Ну, он сказал, что это от нашей стороны.
So, he said to keep going straight and to the right.
Нам переезжать сейчас влево?
So, should we go to the left side? No, we go on our side. It's half a mile to the DPR exchange point. We see their car and okay, point the car at their van and stop. Pleasure to meet you. Likewise.
Проблемные ты наш, извини, конечно. Ох ты хлопот Ну, в принципе, ну такой. Ну, так получилось. Я думал, что нет. Герои выглядят вот так.
Yeah. Okay, your guy is over there. He's doing okay. So, take him. My name is Ruben. Yeah, I've seen you yesterday live. So I'm here to offer you to go to our side. Do you want to stay here, or do you want to go with me? I want to go with you. At these moments, it's hard to hold back emotions. But it's too early for celebration. It's going back along the same mine road and a point in the road where you have to drive fast to dodge the snipers. Thank you all very much. Thank you guys. Thank you. He was dreaming of this moment for the whole 4 months of his imprisonment. Finally, freedom. The team wants to drive as fast as possible. But now the checkpoints take a lot longer to go through because the Ukrainian armed forces soldiers queue up to congratulate their brother. This is a great honor for me. The crippled soldier is being taken to the Dnepropetrovsk hospital. We asked him on the way, has he been interviewed at gunpoint? You know, I had a complete different opinion of them. I thought they are drug addicts, alcoholics. But when I was bleeding out in a shell crater, I was thinking I'm gonna die. And they came and injected me with 2 butorphanol injections. And you know, this is really scarce. Good painkillers are really scarce. Butorphanol is scarce on both on our side and on their side. And 1 is a great boon. They gave me 2 and they took me to the hospital. Well, what can I say? The doctor came in and said, I don't know if you're red, black, green, whatever side you are on, you're my patient, I will treat you. He will remember his saviors for the rest of his life. The time he spent in imprisonment has changed his opinions forever. You know, they keep talking about Russian regular army. All the people I've seen, all the people who were guarding me, they were all from Donetsk. There were people from other parts of Ukraine. They didn't tell me where they're from, but they are not from Donetsk and Lugansk. They're from West Ukraine, but they're still Ukrainians. Mostly local guys were there. There were guys from West Ukraine, yeah. I could hear their accent. It's even more Ukrainian accent than mine. They didn't tell me where they're from. Instead of bloody executioners, Vitaly saw compassionate citizens of Ukraine. There were cases where they gave back prisoners to their mothers. 2 were giving to their mothers quickly, and the 3rd one was heavily wounded, so the mother came and took him to the other side. This volunteer of their own battalion is really happy to start a new life. He thought he'd be able to return. You know, when I was going to this live conversation, I was asking them, like, will I be released? What will happen? And they told me the Ukrainian government doesn't do anything, so... Hello?
Подъехать куда-то. Да-да. Безвозмездное освобождение добровольца тронуло даже руководство.
Release of a volunteer without any conditions has touched even the officers of the nationalists. Probably for the first time, they speak words of respect for their enemies. There are some knights among them as well, men of honor. They have a different ideology, they have different goals than us, but however it happens, we can also understand what they want.
По телефону розмовляла. Ну, передчутті зустрічі.
After a night with no sleep, mother comes to her son in the hospital. Yesterday, he could hardly believe the happy ending to this war drama. Hello, hello guys. All is good, Mom. All is good. All is good. The hospital costs and other costs have been paid by politician from Dnipropetrovsk, Gennady Korban. When Volodya told me that he's going there to take this guy and he will need transport, ambulance, money, fuel, etc. So he's a real patriot.
Спасибо.
Influential multi-millionaire has personally come there to congratulate. I think what the journalists do, including the journalists of Channel 17, I think this example should be followed by all and try to liberate more of our guys who are still imprisoned. So a result of a common live conversation on Channel 17 has completely exceeded expectations. Even Ruben, who is highly experienced in these sorts of things, says that this is unprecedented, and to have a man released after a live conversation, this is a miraculous release. Moreover, this exchange has restarted a chain reaction of exchanges. Probably the government officials have seen that people are doing what they don't, and a 10 on 10 exchange has been announced. I think this format of a people's diplomacy, not done by states, individual people, small groups of people, doing what they can to save one person, release one life from captivity. They force the big politicians with their interests to also do something and show that they are also doing something. They had to declare that there will be a large exchange. They exchanged 10 men, thank God. But this is not the big exchange they should be boasting. Great, 10 people. But there are at least 260 by their count still there. And about 390 is what we think. The more we push them to get out of their chairs and go there to no man's land and pick up prisoners, the faster we can build our Ukraine, and the faster we will stop this senseless and cruel and unneeded war that both sides don't need, a civil war. In such moments, journalists are proud of their profession. They did it once, and they can do it many times again, hopefully. The main thing is that we took this man back home to his mother. That was great. Channel 17 is launching another string of live conversations. Everybody, with everybody. We hope that good things will be done through it. It's hard to describe. We helped not just one man. We helped many people because people got hope. Hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to recreate these miracles and bring people hope and joy.
Быть добром.